Thank you, family, for coming in and hitting that like button on your way in as well. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. You're helping me help you. Yes, you heard correctly. You are helping me to help you. You know, just trying to bring you good content every week so we could talk and brainstorm and see if we could get ahead as a people. Right? So we're going to talk about it, like I said, the pursuit of happiness. Everybody wants to be happy.
That's cold.
I don't know anybody who don't want to be happy. But we're going to talk about it. The pursuit of happiness. Can it be obtained? Let's go. Shalom, shalom, everybody who's coming in. Sham yo Allah. I see you, Ak. Indiana's in the house. Right. Sister Kyla, shalom. Frida, shalom. Taib. Kara, shalom. Kim Wiggins, shalom. Praise the Most High. Judah Rouse is in the building. I see you. Chris, shalom. Confetti and Husky, shalom. I was just okay. Am I getting this idea from the Will Smith movie? No. This. I mean, because of the title, The Pursuit of Happiness. But no, definitely not because of the Will Smith movie. Something that I was meditating on this week. We're gonna talk about it though. Trust and believe.
Freeze. That's cold.
And if you guys can, please share this link with your friends and family. Maybe they could get some understanding. Right? We're gonna get started in a little while. See everybody's rolling in. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. Like I said, I hope everybody's having a great week so far. I mean, we only what, 3 days into the week. Today's what, Tuesday, right? I hope everybody's having a good week thus far. My week is just beginning, right? We got a lot to prepare for, right? We know that the feast, for those of you guys who understand what we understand, the Feast of First Fruits is actually this coming Sabbath. So we have a lot to prepare for, right? A lot of music, a lot of everything, right? So all praises to the Most High for that, right? But we're going to get started just now. Once again, if this is your first time on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell. Hit the bell for notifications. So when I go live, you'll be notified, right? Also hit that thumbs up button or thumbs down, whatever you want to hit. I prefer the thumbs up though. Oh, this beat is really real militant. I don't know if I like it yet. Let's see when the beat drops. Okay. Yeah. I feel like this beat is taking too long to get to the drop. It's just gonna have you just excited for no reason for a long time. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. This is like, what's that new form of hip hop now? not trap, drill. It's like a drill type beat, I guess, right? Nice.
One thick street jam doing it crazy, man. Once again, shalom. Sorry for my idleness. I'm just trying to put the last preparations to the show, but we're gonna get started just now. We're gonna get started right now. Thank you guys for coming in. Right? Thank you guys for coming in. I'm your host, Born of Levi, and you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience. You know what? We're gonna start the show. We're gonna start it right now. I don't want to waste no time. I don't want to waste y'all time. Let's get it. Okay. Shalom. Peace and blessings to everybody who's in the room right now. Give it up to yourself for coming in on a Tuesday, right? You're not in the club on a Tuesday, but you're here with the Born of Levi experience to here to chop it up, and we're going to talk about a nice topic, right? We're going to talk about the pursuit of happiness. And once again, no, this was not inspired by your man Will Smith's movie, even though it was a nice movie though. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys should go see it. It's actually a nice movie, right? And I was gonna and it's funny that someone mentioned it in the chat. I'm gonna actually reference it a little bit. Being the topic is the pursuit of happiness, right? The pursuit of happiness. Can it be obtained? And there's a reason why I titled it that way, if it can be obtained, because everybody wants to be happy, right? There's not a person in the world that I don't know who want to be happy, who don't want to be happy, unless you're Angry Man from Martin. I don't know if you guys remember the Martin Lawrence show. Some of you guys may be too young, but there was a character in the show Martin called Angry Man. He was always tight, like just angry. All right. But I doubt any one of us is Angry Man. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody, Jew, Gentile, everybody, believer, non-believers, everybody wants to be happy. But the thing is, can happiness truly be obtained? Because what I've come to find out, and some of you probably have found out too, that every emotion that we go through, everything that we dealing with on a day-to-day basis is temporal. You could be happy today, and in the next 5 minutes you could be angry. You could be angry, and in the next 5 minutes you could be happy. You understand what I'm saying? Feelings come and go. Feelings change. And like I was always harping on, if you guys caught previous shows,
And I also, went through it again this past Sabbath during Sabbath class, right? About reasoning, how using reason, like how we reason in our minds, actually helps us, to control desire, control these feelings, control emotions, right? And it goes into understanding that if you can't control your emotions, that means you're a person who's out of control. You lack what's called temperance, right? But I know we're all here, we're all on the same path, we're all striving for perfection, right? We're all striving to be able to have all of our members, all of our emotions in check. And happiness is a desire, right? To be happy, right? And to bring more understanding on the word happy, I'm going to read the definition, right? I'm going to read the definition of what it means to be happy or happiness, right? Because that word, and when you actually read the scriptures, a matter of fact, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, because when you read the scriptures, there's only one way to be happy. That's to be happy in the Lord. But we're going to take a look at some of this, how the nations view happiness and how they try to obtain it. We're going to look at it. I'm going to play some videos too, right? I ain't going to play too much videos, but I'm going to play some videos. Let me get this thing up. All right. Right? So once again, peace and blessings to everybody who's in the room right now. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you all. Shout out to everybody who's in the room. Shout out to everybody. I see Maria from GOCC ATL is in the building. Shalom. Right? So now we're going to get right into it. Right? The pursuit of happiness. And can it be obtained? And to kick things off, I'm going to read the definition. I want to just start with the definition. But it feels like to me that happiness is temporal. And when they say things like, oh, okay, only you can create your own happiness, is that true? Yes, to a certain extent. Yes, that is true. Because you can't expect other people to make you happy. That it doesn't work like that. Happiness actually comes from within you, right? But matter of fact, let me read the definition. And for those of you who know me, I know how I do. I like definitions. I love definitions because definitions basically help us understand what we're saying. Sometimes we would say things out of context and we wouldn't even know we're saying it out of context if we don't look up the words, right? So, we got to separate ourselves from people who don't understand things, right? We're all scholars here. We all are intelligent. I mean, we're the next rulers of this earth, so we got to have we got to have a level of intelligence, right? We got to be able to shock the nations like, okay, how does he speak so well? I can't believe he knows that word. He can read. We got to be able to shock them. You understand, guys? So like Christ always says, we'll let them judge by appearance, but judge not according to appearance, right? But look, let's read the definition. Let me not go too far off on a tangent, right? But like I said, man, I'm happy that I'm on. Last week I couldn't even come on last week. My work schedule was so crazy last week. I was getting off late, and I wasn't gonna come on at 11, 12 at night. I mean, unless you guys wanted me to. If you guys are okay with me coming on that late, let me know in the chat. If not, then I'll keep it the same time. I'll try to be consistent with the time. Today I'm a little bit earlier. The sun is going down, so that's real early, right? But if y'all don't mind me coming on late, let me know. I'll see if I could do a late show one day, and I'll dedicate that show to some real deep stuff that we could talk about. Talk about things that we deal with as men and women. Things that people like. Sensitive topics that people don't like to talk about. We could talk about that here, right? So let's talk about the word happiness. Matter of fact, let me go to the word happy first. And if you guys are wondering what kind of dictionary am I reading from, because if you try to look this up on Google, you're not going to find the same definition.
I'm using a Webster's dictionary from the year of 1826 or 29. Let me confirm. I don't want to give you guys the wrong information, right? So I'm using a Webster's dictionary from 1828. Okay? So if you want to get the same definitions as me, right? I always like to reference older uh uh release versions of literature, whether it's a dictionary, right? Or a source. The older the translation or the publishing, the better, because that's usually the purest form of whatever you're reading. Whenever you see something that says newly revised or updated, just know that things were taken out, right? So that way you don't get the full understanding. And if you want to get real deep, you want to go into the etymology of words. That's another thing. I spoke about that in a previous show, about are they poisoning us? Or the show I did was, I think it's Are They Poisoning Us? Right? And I went into the etymology of the word for poison. You guys need to go check that out if you didn't check it out yet. Right? So, right. To the definition, right? Let's look at the word for happy. Then we're going to read happiness, right? The definition for the word happy is lucky. That's the first word that they have as a definition. Is happy, fortunate, or successful, right? That's what they got for the word happy, right? Fortunate, successful, right? Being in the enjoyment of agreeable sensation from the possession of goods. So now they're telling us how they got the definition for the word happy. So to be considered someone who's happy, you're able to enjoy the agreeable sensation from the possession of goods, right? Enjoying pleasure from gratification of appetites or desire. That's what it means to be happy, right? When you're enjoying the pleasure of an appetite or a desire. And now, before I read the definition of the word happiness, I'm just gonna tie this in. Now we're gonna get to understand why companies advertise. Advertisements. What is advertisement for? Advertisement, excuse me, is for consumers, right? You got to put out your product so people can desire to want your product. And that's all they're doing. All they're doing is playing on the desires of people. That's all it is. Playing on the desires of man and women, right? So they have to entice you, understanding that mankind can never truly be happy. Happiness is a state of being from situation to situation. According to the definition, you're only happy. This is from, according to this definition, you're only happy when you're enjoying the possessions of your goods, or you're fulfilling an appetite or a desire, right? So now let's go to the definition of happiness. And we get it. We're getting somewhere now. I feel like we're getting somewhere. We're about to break grounds now, right? So happiness. Listen to this, y'all. It says the same thing again. The agreeable sensation which springs from the enjoyment of good. The state of being in which his desires are gratified by the enjoyment of pleasure without pain. Felicity, right? It also says happiness is comparative. To a person distressed with pain, relief from that pain affords happiness, right? Happiness, therefore, admits of indefinite degrees of increase in enjoyment or gratification of desires, right? Perfect happiness or pleasure, right? So basically,
obtaining or fulfilling a desire is what brings people happiness, right? And according to the world, right, someone who's happy is someone with a lot of goods. You have X, Y, and Z. You have all of these things that brings you happiness. But the question is, what about the people? What about the people who have everything? What about those people? Are they still happy? Because clearly, we see millionaires, they lose a little bit of money, and the first thing they thinking of doing is what? Blowing their brains out. Jumping off of the first thing they lose a little they lose a little bit of money in the stock market, and the first thing they think, you know what? I think I should just jump off this building. And they actually just go and jump off of a building. So is that really happiness? Because when it's taken away, you're not happy. It's gone. Right? So we see that happiness is only fulfilled when desire is fulfilled. When something that you're doing is pleasing to you. You wanted those new pair of sneakers. You bought those new pair of sneakers. You're at that moment, you are happy. But now you done wore them a couple of weeks. You notice a crease in the front of the sneaker, or you don't really care about these sneakers no more. So that same joy and fulfillment that you've had having those sneakers, you dreamt about buying those sneakers, and you in your mind you was like, oh, I can't wait to kill them tomorrow when I put these on. Oh, I'm gonna hurt them. That feeling is gone. So now, when that feeling is gone, where does that leave you? Empty, in regret that you spent the money on those shoes. You spent $300 on a pair of shoes that you're supposed to walk on and destroy, but you're mad that they're getting destroyed. Right? And like I said, this world is geared and is built to keep you chasing desire. That's why they gotta pump you every 5 seconds with an ad. Like you can't even go through a YouTube feed without seeing an ad. You just want to watch the video, but they gotta put an ad. They gotta sell you because they understand that people are majority of people is generally unhappy. Majority of people. And especially the people who don't really understand what happiness is. These people are very upset with the world, with themselves, with other people that they come across. Right? So we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to find out how can we obtain true happiness. And I'm going to mention this like in the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, which once again this show was not brought to you because of that, but in lieu of the title, right? That movie, like I said too earlier, is a great movie. It's very touching, right? It's about a man who went through his life or his adult life struggling. He have a child and he's trying to make it. He's trying to make ends meet, but he couldn't make ends meet. And one thing that you realize in that movie is that he did not give up. He didn't give up at all. You see, most people would give up and once, they're chasing their dream and nothing is working, people would usually give up. But in this movie, he did not give up. He kept trying, he kept pushing, he kept getting rejected. He got his things stolen, he got evicted, his wife left him. And it's like that movie, it showed you like, dang, like this brother was having a rough life, bro. Like even to the point where his wife, who's supposed to be his helpmeet, supposed to be his ride or die, was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I don't know what you're doing. You out your mind. You trying to sell these machines. It ain't doing nothing. We ain't got no food. We can't pay the rent. I'm out of here. And she left him. But did that stop him from chasing his dream or pursuing happiness? Because why? What was his desire in that movie? According to the definition, Happiness is the satisfaction of you fulfilling a desire. So in that movie, what was his desire? In the movie, his desire was to what? Be employed, get an income to support his family. And is that wrong for a man to want? No. The Most High said what? Through the sweat of thy brow shalt thou eat bread. So he's trying to fulfill his purpose in life as a man to support his family. And at the end of the movie, when he finally got the job, which he was, according to the world, underqualified for, you see the emotion of happiness just burst out of him. He's in tears, he's crying, he's hugging his son because he know that he's finally obtained and finally able to fulfill the desire that he had for so long, despite getting kicked, pushed down, wife leaving him, robbed, evicted, homeless. He didn't quit. So I want to ask, how many of us could continue walking, especially in this walk, especially with this understanding or in this truth? How many of us could actually continue to walk despite the odds that are against us? There's a lot of things that's against us. Granted, yes, we can get jobs. Yeah. We can all get jobs. We can get an education. We can do that. Right? We can go out and get it. Yes. But majority of the cards that are played are actually against us in this society. But how many of us can continue to push towards the goal even if everything around you is failing? Would you still be happy? Would you still pursue that happiness? Or would your happiness be temporal? Right? That's a question. So I just wanted to bring that out because that was basically, if you never seen the movie, that was basically the whole gist of the movie. He was pursuing happiness. And in his form of happiness in that movie was him being able to support his family, mainly his son, looking at his son and just, want to get it for his child. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? So now, when you look around in the world, I notice that a lot of people are in pursuit of happiness. A lot of people, believe it or not, is tired of the hustle and bustle of this life. And it's crazy because I was literally thinking about this the other day. And I'm like, man, I wake up every morning, go to work, I hustle. I can't do what I want sometimes because I have to do this. And I have to ask myself, am I really happy? Is this fulfilling? Is this fulfilling me? Am I being honest with myself? And then I realized, like, yo, the Most High could give me something and then I'll be happy at that moment. And then something else will come up. Then I'm back at that funk. So now that's when I said to myself, you know what? All these emotions, everything that we go through is temporal. Nothing is forever. You could wake up and have a bad day, but guess what? Tomorrow, that bad day is not gonna be the same bad day as yesterday. You could have a good day and wake up tomorrow, and that you may not have a good day tomorrow. Somebody who never pisses you off could not have pissed you off today, and tomorrow they just piss you off, and you're tight now, you're upset. So this is why I wanted to talk about this topic of happiness, because happiness is what everybody strives for. We all want to be happy, right? We all want that satisfaction of having our desires filled and having our desires met, right? And like Solomon said in the book of Ecclesiastes, right? That vanity, every man is granted a level of vanity in this life. That is your portion. What you work for,
You are allowed to enjoy the fruits of your labor. However you want to enjoy it. As long as, let me put this out there, as long as it's lawfully. And when I say lawfully, I'm talking about our moral standards, the law, statutes, the commandments that was given to Moses to the children of Israel. Right? So you just got paid. You want to buy you a new pair of shoes? Buy you, if that make you happy, buy you that pair of shoes. You just got paid. You want to buy you that new game station or whatever system? You go and buy it. That's your portion of vanity. But it's not going to fulfill you. And this whole existence, listen clearly, this whole existence that we're living in is built for us not to really obtain true happiness, or to, I would say, to hide what true happiness is. And me saying that makes me understand even more why the Most High said in the commandments, thou shalt not covet. Hear me out. Hear me out, y'all. Now I understand exactly why the Most High said, thou shalt not covet. You know why? Because people generally compare themselves to other people. Somebody has this and you don't have it, you feel less than them. Right? Especially if everybody is praising them for that. Like, yo, that's hot. You got that. Oh, I like that. Yo, I like that. Yo, and everybody's congratulating that one person, but you don't have that. You now you kind of start to feel less than. So now what? Now your existence now is about you going to get that. But if you didn't covet what your neighbor had, you would be fine with your own self. You would be fine with how you're just existing. And this is the reason why in this society or in this world, it's about ranks and it's about getting to the next level. Yeah, I just graduated with my bachelor's. Oh, you just got your bachelor's? Yo, I got my master's. Oh, shoot. You just got your yeah, I got my master's. Oh, you got your master's? I got my doctorates. Then it's like a competition almost for those who's in it, right? Or if you're looking at it like that. And you see, I try not to look at it like that because I don't live my life. I don't live my life to please anybody else. Okay? My situation is my situation. Your situation is your situation. Your situation may work for you, and my situation may work for me, right? Everybody is their own individual. And this is why I'm saying, this is why I understand why the Most High said, thou shalt not covet. Because this society is built on making us want what someone else have, or if not what someone else have, to want the latest thing. You gotta have it. The new phone comes out, you gotta get that. The new model car just came out. All right, your car is not good anymore. It drives perfectly fine. It never broke down. It it never gave you no problems, but it's the old model. You got to get the new one now. You see this? Look. In this model car, it has a button right at the dash. Your model don't have that button, but you need that button. Remember this button right here? You need that button. And mind you, your car has that button, but it's just probably like under the steering wheel or something. But you want it to be right there now because the new model has it. That's just the way it is. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how life is. So I've noticed that the Gentiles, and matter of fact, I don't want to just say the Gentiles. I don't want to just target them. I notice that the people of the world, Jew, Gentile alike, are looking for happiness outside of what happiness is. Let me say that again. The people of the world are trying to obtain happiness without the source of being happy.
right? I'm gonna read this scripture. I can't be bringing this out without reading no scripture. Huh? Look at this. First, I'm gonna start by reading Matthew 6. Matthew 6 and verse 19. I'm gonna start by what Christ said first. He said this, look. And in this, he's actually showing us how to be happy, how to be content. You understand? So that way you don't have to try to keep up with the quote unquote Joneses. And matter of fact, I'm still trying to figure out who the Joneses are. If y'all know who the Joneses are, put it in the chat. I want to meet them. Because I've always heard, yeah, you got to keep up with the Joneses. Yeah, who's that? I don't. Right. So Matthew 6 and 19, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth. That sounds weird to somebody who doesn't believe this. So where am I supposed to put it? Where moth and rust doeth corrupt. Because these items that we purchase, they don't last forever. They fall, they crack, they break. So we put all our energy in obtaining these earthly treasures, but we're not rich towards the Most High spiritually. Right? It says, and where thieves break through and steal. So imagine you have your house full of all these gadgets. You spent all your money on all these gadgets, and you leave the house one day and you come back and everything is gone. So now the meaning of your happiness is gone now. All these things because a thief came and stole it, right? Verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. Now, for an unbeliever, this sounds crazy. What do you mean? What? How am I gonna lay up treasures in heaven? Like, what are you talking about? But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So Christ was giving us game right here. Don't put your being, your essence into material stuff that man created with hands. These things rust. These things break down. They don't last forever. This is why they have to sell you a new product. Christ was already showing us. He was already telling us. You can't put your energy, you can't put your life into these things, these products. But he said, store up your treasures in heaven. Because why? There are treasures that we will receive. Basically, it will be payment for the life or for the righteous lives that we've kept here on earth. A lot of people always ask, like, yo, I'm gonna follow this God. I'm gonna read the Bible and follow the Bible and do all the things that the Bible say. But what's in it for me? What's in it for you? Eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. Yo, and even the disciples asked Christ, like, yo, we have given up everything to follow you. And because they wanted to know, like, they probably felt, you could imagine the disciples probably felt bugged out. They left their jobs, some of them left their families, and they were just following this man with just a word. He didn't have no money. He didn't have nowhere to sleep, right? He didn't have none of that. But they were following him. You understand? They were following him, and so you could imagine a conversation broke out of the brothers, like, yo, Peter, you know about this dude right here? Nah, he just said, yo, follow me. Hey, yo, Bartholomew, you know about this dude right here? Like, he paid you or anything? He gave you any money? Nah, he just said, yo, follow me. I'll make you fishers of men. So you can imagine one of them probably like, yo, excuse me, boss. Yeah. We have given up everything to follow you. This is what they was asking him. We have given up everything to follow you. What's in it for us? They wanted to know.
And you know what he told them? He said, "Yo, they will be on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel with him." That's the disciples, that was their reward for giving up what they've given up to follow him. So now imagine what's going to be your reward for giving up this world and following Christ. And you see, the thing is, not too many people can do that. This is why a lot of people write the book off as a myth. Oh, Christ never existed. Oh, God is not real. I.e., my last show. You go check that out, right? Oh, God is not real. This Bible is man-made. I don't believe any of that stuff. What you mean heaven? What was that? All right. And those are the people who's gonna miss out on eternity. And you're gonna and these are the people who are stuck trying to pursue happiness that's just temporal. And okay, so but am I saying we shouldn't seek to be happy on earth? No, I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. Because even Solomon said, yo, you have that's your portion in this life. Enjoy this world. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy your wife, enjoy your husband, enjoy your children, enjoy your substance. But is that the bane of your existence? No, it's not. Christ just told us. He said, "For where your treasures is, there will your heart be also." Crystal clear. So if your treasure is in obtaining that new car with that new special button in it, that's all you're going to be after. And now the question is, now let's say you just pull out the lot, you just bought it. Yeah, it's got my new car. Yeah, I'm shining. And as soon as you pull out the dealership, an 18 wheeler just smack that joint. Boom. Do you like, and but you made it. You're not dead. Are you like it? Are you done? Is life over? Life would be over for somebody who did put their hearts into that material thing. You see what I'm saying? Right. So now, let's go here. Going to the first video, right? And like I said, I noticed that the people of this world, right? They look towards other sources to obtain happiness. And they miss everything but the source of happiness, right? Oh yeah, another thing. Let me finish reading this too before I go to the video. This is key. He says, Matthew 6 and 25, it says, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life." Now that sounds insane to somebody who doesn't believe, right? "What ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment?" And like we read in the definition, the fulfillment of your appetite and your desires was what bring happiness. So Christ is showing us that happiness is deeper than material gain, material wealth, material stuff, right? He says, verse 28, "And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these." And Solomon was a fly brother, decked out, gold chains, nice robes on, apparel. All his servants was decked out. So they was fly people. And Christ is saying Solomon wasn't even as arrayed as one of these lilies, right? He says, verse 30, "Wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith?"
And he says this, look, therefore take no thought saying what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, or wherewithal shall ye be clothed. For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knows that ye have need of these things. So now, Christ told us that that's what the Gentiles seek, right? They seek these things. They seek these material possessions, right, to feel complete. So now, let's take a look at this, right? So now, on your screen, you're seeing a man here, right? He goes by the name of David Steindl Ross, right? Play from the beginning. Fair use. So I'm only using this for educational purposes only. So now, the title of this video is Want to be happy? Want to be happy? Be grateful. So on the outside looking at it, that sounds great. That sounds like, okay, maybe he's saying something that could help me, right? He sounds like a Christian man. He sounds like he got biblical principles, right? Let's look. Fair use.
About everyone we meet anywhere in the world on the street, that is the very mainspring of whatever they do and whatever they put up with. And that is that all of us want to be happy.
That's the truth. Everybody
In
wants
this we are all together. How we imagine our happiness, that differs from one another. But it's already a lot that we have all in common, that we want to be happy. Now, my topic is...
All right, first of all, take a look at this guy. Just take a look at him. Look what he's wearing. And he talking about we all got something happy in common. We all want to be happy, yeah. But any of y'all taking advice from a guy that looked like this? He looked like he just came straight out of the Lord of the Rings. My man got the Hobbit suit on. He looked like he just finished on a crazy adventure with the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbits in them. Look at his getup. First of all right, I'm just saying.
Gratefulness. How is the connection between...
And look at the eyes of all the people just watching him. Like, he's like the guru right now. He's everything. Okay? He's their Jesus right now. Okay?
Between happiness and gratefulness.
No one is even blinking.
Many people would say, well, that's very easy. When you are happy, you are grateful. But think again. Is it really the happy people that are grateful? We all know quite a number of people who have everything that it would take to be happy, and they are not happy because they want something else, or they want more of the same.
And you see, what he's saying is true, because you'll get something and then you'll realize you really ain't happy because you want something else now. You have this, you finally got that, and you still not happy. You still not fulfilled. So, on the surface, what he's saying, that sounds like some legit stuff. Like, yo, let me keep watching, man. You know what I mean?
And we all know people who have lots of misfortune. Misfortune that we ourselves would not want to have. And they are deeply happy. They radiate happiness. We are surprised. Why? Because they are grateful. So it is not happiness that makes us grateful. It's gratefulness that makes us happy. If you think it's happiness that makes you grateful, think again. It's gratefulness that makes you happy.
Okay, so he says, "It's gratefulness that makes you happy." You see, that sounds great. That sounds like sound doctrine to me, right? It sounds like sound doctrine to me. Like, all right, you getting somewhere, but I don't know. I can't get past my man's get up, man. I can't get past the Hobbit suit. Freaking guy looked like a medieval character. You talking to me wearing that? I'm already thinking suicide drinks on an island somewhere. That that's what I'm thinking. Okay? You coming to me talking like that. And you have to be grateful and to be happy. And he's just looking at you without even blinking, just. And everybody in the crowd is just in the trance, right? Is in the trance, just listening to this guy. Right? So, like I said, on the surface, that sounds great, what he's saying, right? Who else is this man in contact with? You got it. Who's this? Who's this? Let me make sure. I want to make sure that it's not echoing when I play this thing. All right. So look. Oprah Winfrey. And we all know Oprah Winfrey is not a Christian. Okay? In the early 90s, people thought that she was a Christian. You know, listen, I don't care. I don't care what denomination you was in the early 90s. Baptist, Pentecostal, freaking Seventh-day Adventist, Methodist. If you was a black Christian woman, you was watching Oprah Winfrey. My mom was watching Oprah Winfrey faithfully. And when I say my mom was a Christian of all Christians, and she was like every time, and I remember Oprah used to come on at 4:00 on Channel 7 every day. 4:00 came, my mom was in front of the TV watching this lady. And she God knows what if she even understood what she was saying. So I don't even know if my mom even understood some of the topics that they was talking about, but she was watching though, shaking her head. Yes, that's right. So Oprah, right? So apparently she has her own podcast. Please don't go look this up. It says Super Soul Conversations podcast by Oprah. Now, what? She has a podcast called Super Soul Conversations. What is that about? What is that about? Super Soul Conversations with brother David Steindl Ross. Happiness begins with gratitude. And we know this lady is into New Age and all of that. So she bamboozled all of the Christian, the nice, beautiful, wonderful Christian sisters, older moms who was watching her. She bamboozled them and turned this thing into New Age. Hopefully she didn't grab none of the Christian women with them, but I'm pretty sure majority of these women love her so much they just transitioned with this lady, right? So he had to sit down with her. Let's listen to her. Let's listen to her introduction, because from what we just heard before, it sounds like what he's saying is some good Christian values. You have to be glad to. What he said, you have to be grateful to be happy. All right. So now let's listen to his Oprah, New Age lady, her opening statement. Listen to this. Wait, hold on. Hopefully I can hear this. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear this?
I'm Oprah Winfrey. Welcome to Super Soul Conversations, the podcast. I believe that one of the most valuable gifts you can give yourself is time. Taking time to be more fully present. Your journey to become more inspired and connected to the deeper world around us starts right now. Today on
I gotta play it again because it just sounds so weird what she's saying. Okay, for everybody who think that she's for all the Christian women who think this lady's a Christian, think again. Okay, this lady's new age. Okay, I don't want to say the W word. Don't make me do it, Oprah. Oprah, don't make me say the W word. I don't want to call you that, but you leaning towards that. All you missing is the black hat and a cauldron. So let me play this again. I'm hearing that y'all saying that is low. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Hold on. Let me try it again. I got to keep muting myself. Let's see. Is there a way to put the volume up on this? Hold on. All right. Let me play it again. No mute. Okay. Let's get it.
I'm Oprah Winfrey. Welcome to Super Soul Conversations, the podcast. I believe that one of the most valuable gifts you can give yourself is time. Taking time to be more fully present. Your journey to become more inspired and connected to the deeper world around us starts right now.
Get connected to the deeper world around us. What is she talking about? And you see, this is what I'm talking about. These people, they go through everything outside of the Bible just to find happiness. Because they don't want to deal with the Bible. They don't. They want to receive happiness in this world from the God of this world, right? Yo, hold on. Let me play some more.
Today on Super Soul Conversations, 91-year-old author, scholar, and Benedictine monk, Brother David Steindl-Rast, is beloved.
So he's a monk. Now it's okay. So that explains the Hobbit costume. Okay, you see, you see how deceiving he is, or they are. They'll make him sound so peaceful and tranquil, but behind closed door, this guy is praying to a fat statue, raising up demons in his household. And he wants to give you this message. He wants to show you how to be happy. And here it is, this lady. Okay, she's the W word. I don't want to say it. Don't make me call you the W word, Oprah. She's sitting down with this guy. So clearly, if you're a Christian, should you be sitting down with a monk trying to find out how to be happy? Because if you're a Christian, you should be relying on the scriptures. I'm just saying, right? Hold on.
The world over for his enduring message about gratefulness. It's the true source of lasting joy. Today, Brother Steindl-Rast invites us to embrace the spiritual practice of grateful living. I know the study of gratitude has been your life's work, and as we now in the world are searching for ways to find common ground, you believe that all humans share the same yearning. What is that yearning?
The yearning is basically, I think, all humans would agree to be happy. To be happy.
All humans will agree to be happy. I mean, I could keep playing it, but there's another. Let me see if I can show y'all this too. Look, see? Now it gets deeper. No, where's the thing that I'm looking for? Okay, look at the title of one of his video. Everyday mysticism. See, this is what they don't show you, y'all. This is what they don't tell y'all. They'll put out these videos, try to give you the answer outside of the Most High, but they're not telling you what they're really dealing with. They're dealing with magic. They're dealing with sorcery, witchcraft, and all of these things. This is what they're dealing with. They're showing you how to be happy by channeling demons into your vessel. So that's what meditation is. When they doing, as monks, they doing that thing, right? They meditating, right? And we was talking about this too last Friday. This is crazy, right? We were talking about this too. What is the purpose of a monk? What is a monk trying to do? From what I understand, a monk is trying to separate themselves, or try to separate himself from the outside world, where they don't feel any pain, any anger. It's like they're just in what they call in oneness. I don't know what that is, right? But that's not even real. It's not even possible. As long as we're alive, we're always going to have desires. We're always going to have certain attributes of the flesh. There's nothing. The only thing you could do is try to master those things and, put them off, but you can't completely rid yourself from it, right? But but what these monks and these Buddhists and all these people, what they're not telling you is that they're channeling demons in their vessel. That's why when they talking to you, it sounds so captivating. They're looking at you, yes, and you have to look within yourself. And they like talking so weird and creepy. Like, what? So this is what they do, y'all. This is what the world is looking towards, to find happiness. Let me see if I can find. There was a title that he had in one of these one of his videos. Let me see. I could show you. It says, where is it? Okay, yeah, this one. Look at this. He had a title talking about David Steindenross talk about God. So that's how this is how they try to capture silly Christians, or people who just looking to be happy. They'll put the word God in it to make it seem like, oh, it's a good thing, right? Talk about God, meaning, experience, and practical consequences. And in the, like, matter of fact, let me just play it. I want to show y'all what he did in the beginning. Oh no, you wildin'. Right? I want to show y'all what he did. You see, look. You see, this is exactly what I was talking about. I'm trying to watch a video and they got to play me an ad. They're trying to sell me. You understand?
He says,
so I want to show you what he did in the beginning. Look at this. Fair use. Look at this.
So serious and so personal thing. I invite you now for a very short time, maybe half a minute or so, to silence. If you put your feet flat on the ground, that usually helps, and put your spine in an upright position.
What?
Maybe close your eyes and comfortable. And until I clap my hands or start talking again, we will take a moment of silence just to bring ourselves to the heart, to bring our mind down from the head into the heart, and to prepare ourselves to deal personally with so big a topic.
And look at everybody in the room doing what this guy is saying. This guy, where this guy came from, everybody's just listening to him. He's like, what? He says, "We close your eyes, make sure your back is straight, and make sure your heart." What he said, yeah, your brain is connected to your heart, like some madness. I wouldn't be surprised if next he said, "All right, so now I'm gonna pass around some drinks. Everybody, okay, everybody, just take a sip, okay, and we're gonna begin." So he's doing that in a room, and look at these people. Everybody's looking for happiness. Look at this guy right here. Look at him. Vito. Right? Top mob boss. Okay? Allegedly. This guy's in here channeling whatever he channeling into his existence. So he's setting them up to receive the information that he's bringing forth. Right? So, like I said, what he was saying in the beginning, oh, that sounds great. I want to try that. But that's basically, that's the bait and switch. Okay, you want happiness? Yeah, we could talk. I'm gonna talk to you about happiness, show you how to get it. You just gotta be grateful. But oh yeah, but before you go to bed, you gotta chant these words 3 times mad fast and then spin around, and then you'll get happiness in the morning. That's what they're not telling y'all, what they doing behind closed doors. Okay? That man's household is probably filled with so much demons, he probably can't even count them all. And this is what I realize what the world turns to. The world is actually the world actually turns to guys like this to try to understand this life, to try to see if they could gain some form of happiness in this on this planet, because this world has been given over to the hand of the wicked. So of course you're not gonna truly be happy because evil people are running the show. This joint is not this place is not built to make you happy. So of course we're gonna, you know what? Let's set up these maniacs to get to have people chase a false reality that's not like what? And in the midst of them chasing this false reality, we'll just inhabit their vessels with demons. Make sense? Yeah, let's do it. And we have people in the world that come out to see him and do what he say. Okay? And cheer and clap, and this is the reason why I'm saying the way people are looking for happiness, they're never gonna be able to find it. Right? Like I said, I'm gonna make a disclaimer. Am I saying that happiness cannot be obtained? No, I'm not saying that. Happiness can be obtained. You don't think the Most High wants us to be happy? Of course he does. Of course he does. But how are we channeling this happiness? How are we trying to obtain it? Are we putting all of our eggs in a basket? Are we trying to keep up with the Joneses, whoever those people are? Is that what we're trying to do? Or is it something that we're trying to fulfill within ourselves? Because like I said, happiness is a thing that we all need. And that's what he said in the beginning. He said, you know, that's something that all mankind has in common. Excuse me, is that we all want to be happy. Do I disagree with that? No, I don't disagree with that. But I believe that the form of happiness that we are to be looking for is not what this guy is talking about from the Lord of the Rings. Look at this. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this scripture.
Listen to this. Psalms 144 verse 15. And like I said, these people are just doing that because they're trying to escape the source of happiness. They'll go to any other avenue, but don't give me the Bible. Don't give me that book. I don't want nothing to do with it. But if you was to follow it, you would find happiness. Look at this. This is the only form of happiness that the Most High talks about. Look at this. Psalms 144 verse 15. Happy is that people. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose God is the Most High. Psalms 146 and 5. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help. Now we're getting somewhere here. We're actually revealing the source of happiness. Happy is, I'm going to read it again, Psalms 146 verse 5. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord his God. So us hoping in our Lord is what we should cling to for happiness. And yeah, I get it. It's hard. It's hard to actually draw from that when you're going through stuff throughout the day, right? You're having a bad day. Things are just not going your way, right? But you have to draw your hope in him. I'm gonna read another scripture too to really bring it home, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it right now. Philippians. Listen to this. It says, happy is he whose hope is in the Lord, the God of Israel. Happy is he who have the God of Israel as his help, right? Look at this. Philippians 4. Right? Listen to this. I'm going to start at Philippians 4, verse 4, right? It says, listen to this, guys. It says, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. What does the word rejoice even mean? Huh? Let's get it in the Greek. Let's see let's see what Greek word they use there to understand what rejoice means. Can't make this up. A primary verb. It says to be full of cheer. Right? That is calmly happy or well off. Okay? It says be well, be glad. Right? So now let's read it again. It says, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Right? Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. So Christ's return is at hand. So you ain't got no time to be running around trying to keep up with the Joneses, this imaginary family, to try to keep up and lose yourself while trying to do that. And upsetting yourself, and you claim you're trying to find happiness, but you're upsetting yourself. Right? Look at this. Verse 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High. And that's the reason why people are upset. That's the reason why people are depressed. Because people are not in prayer making their requests known to the Most High. It's that simple. And you know what's crazy? You could be feeling something within yourself, and you could be feeling down, you could be feeling bad. And when you go into prayer and you release that to the Most High,
After that prayer, I guarantee you're going to feel better. Because why? You just released stress off of you by speaking about it. You brought light to an area of darkness in your being. So if you let light in, it's only, you know what I'm saying? You're only going to free yourself from that darkness. And a lot of people don't utilize the tool of what's called prayer, right? And it says, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. Look, listen to this. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding. So there's a peace that comes to us when we connect with him. So if you're ever feeling uneasy, if you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling depressed, there's peace that comes to connecting to this God, not connecting to freaking this guy's chants and Buddha and these monks, and you're connecting to a dead source. The peace you're gonna get is temporal, right? It says, and the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, it passes all understanding. No matter who you see, this is these people trying to run from the right and true understanding, and they're getting lesser information. That it don't matter where you go. You could go to the monks, you could go to the Muslims, you could go to the modern day pagan Christians, you could go to the Catholics, you could go to the Jewish people. You're never gonna find true understanding unless you submit yourself to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And his name is Ahaya, if you didn't know it. I am that I am, right? So he says, let me read that again. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Yeshua, right? Who the world calls Jesus Christ. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things. Now this is the key right here. This is how we're actually supposed to continue to seek after happiness, because like we understand, and we just read the definition. Even the Hobbit just told you, right? Happiness is temporal. Is here today, it's gone tomorrow. You obtain something, you got it, you enjoy it for a couple of weeks, months, minutes, even. Then after that, it's gone. That satisfaction is gone. Okay? This is what is going to keep you, or keep us, in that spirit of happiness. It's not just material things. Right? It's not just material things. Yes, material things will bring happiness, but only for a time. Verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. So happiness starts within you. And you see these is what these gurus, these so-called gurus and spiritualists do. They actually draw from the scriptures, and then they remove the Most High out of it, and they try to put their own interpretation, when the Bible is telling you what to do. We have to draw from these things that are pleasant, that are good. They say whatsoever things are just, pure, lovely, of good report. If any of these things be worth praise, think on these things. Right? Verse 9. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you. Crystal clear. So, the pursuit of happiness, can it be obtained?
for those who was in the most high Bashim and Shire walk with Ash. Okay? For those of you who's following the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, yeah. The pursuit of happiness is we have that. And we got the answer of how to obtain it. Happy are the people who trust in the Lord their God, or the God of Jacob, I should say, as the scripture says. Psalms 146:5, right? And with that being said, I took it upon myself to write down a couple of things, right? And yes, I have a journal where I jot down my thoughts and, things that I would like to accomplish. I write them down. Just to free my thoughts, because there's so much. I be having so much thoughts running through my mind, right? So I'm gonna challenge everybody to do this as well too, because we just read Philippians 4, right? And we got the instruction to focus on those things, whatever are pure, whatever are lovely, right? Whatever is of a good report. Focus on these things. Meditate on those things. That the Most High, the God of peace, can grant you that peace. Because like I'm telling you, we all are going through the same thing. Okay? We all are going through ups and downs, trials. Right? We all go through depression. Some of us know how to handle it better than most. We all go through depression. We all go through moments of weakness. We all go through moments of sadness. We all go through moments of stress. That's normal. That's things that's because the way this world is set up, we have to go through these things. Right? Because how this world has been set up, we're going to have to go through these things. Depression, all these things. But the things for us to do to help us combat these feelings, these emotions that's not of the Most High, is to focus on the good. Rely on the God of Jacob. Go to him in prayer and supplication and make your requests known to him. And as a father, he's looking to reward and to give to his children, those who keep his commandments. You have to be a commandment keeper. You can't just, and that's another thing too. Don't expect the Most High to be a genie in the lamp, where you just rub the lamp when you're ready for him. And yeah, I want my 3 wishes right now. It's not how the Most High works. He's a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So it tells us in the book of Hebrews 11. Okay? So make your request known to the Most High in prayer and in supplication. Right? Bring it to him, your burdens. He wants to help. Right? So I took it upon myself, and I want to challenge everybody who's watching the stream right now. Right? And if you fall upon this stream in a later time, you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button as well too. But I want to challenge everybody to do this. Just write it down. See, I wrote it down. See, I'm gonna just do it real quick. All right, you can't see it, but I wrote it down. I wrote some stuff down. So this is what I wrote down, and I want you guys to write this down too. And just write it down, because like the purpose of writing things down help you actually bring it to life. Helps you, because you're creating goals that you should be trying to obtain, right? So I wrote down, what are things that bring you happiness? What are some things that bring you happiness? Write down, and this is what I wrote. I wrote, write down things that will make you happy and work on obtaining them. Because why? Happiness is only obtained through your desire, through fulfilling a desire or accomplishing a goal, making yourself happy. Because that's the only thing we got in this world, in this life. Right? The Most High gave us the scriptures. He gave us laws. He gave us commandments. and he also gave us life, right? So now I wrote down a couple of points. I'll probably share one point with you, right? Yeah, matter of fact, I'll share one point. One thing that I wrote down that would make me happy is becoming debt free. Having my credit cards under control. That's one thing. Because sometimes you overspend and it's like you get overwhelmed when you see the bill, like, dang, I should never swipe that. I should never did that. You understand? So that's one thing that I said that would make me happy in that area. Just having that under control. Right? And I have other points here too, but those are for my eyes only. But I encourage you guys to actually just write down the things that make you happy, because honestly, some people don't even know what make them happy, right? And if you're in the realm of just trying to make others happy, right? You almost lose yourself. Or if you just constantly just always working and you're just doing things and your time is not really spread correctly, you lose sense of what happiness is, right? Then the trials of this life comes into play, and then you start to get bitter and you start to be upset because things are not going in your favor or in your way because you're so trapped doing something for someone else. And you lose sight of what happiness is. And that's why I said in the very beginning of the show that a lot of us could lose track. And and the question I asked in the beginning was, will you stop walking because you're going through obstacles? Like the connection I made with the Will Smith movie, how he didn't stop pursuing what he was pursuing until he obtained it. So now, for this walk, are you going to stop pursuing the kingdom because everything in this life is against you? Will that be a thing for you? Or will you persevere? Or will you endure? Will you continue? And in that walk, in this trying to continue, right, is also making yourself happy. Like we just read, focusing on the things that are good to keep, because you know why? You know, what's the importance of focusing on things that are good? Focusing on things that are pure, things that are comely. What's the point of doing that? Because you don't think the Most High knows that your mind is going to be bombarded with a lot of negative things? Look at the way this world, like I said, look at the way the world is set up. Bills after bills, debt, right? Poverty, famine is coming soon, and it's probably already here in certain states, right? Death, murder, sickness, marital issues. What am I talking about? Marital issues, arguing with your spouse, problems with your children. So all these things are in people's minds. And imagine just living your life, just going through all of that stress and not thinking about what makes you happy. Because I doubt the Most High doesn't want any of us to be happy. That's the last thing. Like, why would the Most High give us this truth or give us the understanding of the scriptures and not want us to be happy at the same time? It doesn't make any sense. Right? These scriptures are supposed to actually bring us back to life. Some people get the scriptures and just die and just keep dying. Like, are you alive? Like, right? So we gotta consider these things. So I challenge you guys. I challenge all you guys. Okay? Write down for yourselves, right? What makes you happy? And I'm talking in the lines of morality, okay? Because I don't know, some of y'all, I don't know, right? but we talking about along the lines of morality, being moral, right? And what's our moral guidelines? The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. As long as you're in line with that, jot down those things that make you happy, that does not make you transgress your morale or our moral standard, our code. Okay? Challenge yourself. And don't just write it down. Like, don't just write down the thought and say, okay, this will make me happy. No, write it down and work towards obtaining it. Because why? Look at this. We have these people trying to obtain their happiness by chanting and listening to The Hobbit. Or, I'm sorry, what's his name? David Steinderos. Okay? Listening to him. There's people doing that, and they're finding their level of happiness, to whatever they're doing. But what about us? Shouldn't we be level-headed? Shouldn't we have a level of sanity? Right? So that way we can continue to walk towards the mark, walk towards the kingdom. Because picture it like this: the Most High want us to obtain the kingdom, but yet we're not encouraged to even try to get it, because everything is against us, right? Everything is negative. Everything is. Can you imagine? Can you imagine just trying to get to the kingdom, but everything in your life is just negative, and everything that you have to think about is negative, and you don't have no time to be happy, to enjoy this world or this life? Because, like David said, the dead cannot praise him from the dead, from the grave, I should say. The dead cannot praise him from the grave. So, if we're alive and well now, shouldn't we use this opportunity to rejoice in the Lord, like we just read in Philippians? How can we rejoice if you're unhappy? And that's the question. How can you rejoice if you're unhappy? How can you clap your hands? How can you sing praise to the Most High if you're not happy? You're not, and if you're doing it, you're faking it. Okay? So we gotta work on this, family. We gotta work on obtaining this happiness while working towards the mark. I'm not saying put your like what Christ said, putting your treasure in these things. No. Obtaining a level of happiness, focusing on these things, especially focusing on the kingdom, focusing on the coming of Christ. That's joy. Understanding that we will be delivered from this life of stress, from this life of turmoil. You know what I'm saying? So, I praise the Most High for this opportunity to come before y'all and just to talk about this topic, because I was thinking about this topic the other day, and I had a conversation with a friend of mine, okay, and she actually got me to jog my thoughts in this direction, because like every normal people or person, we all have a level of stress that we gotta somehow release it. And I'm a kind of person that, I kind of keep things in almost to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so used to listening and giving advice and helping people that I don't even sit back and think like, man, like, what's up with me? Am I good? I don't be thinking like that sometimes, because I be knowing that there's a lot of people who need help, and I just be wanting to help, and I be feeling like I could give that moral support to help people. But sometimes I'm going through things. And what's crazy? Yes, this time I'm going through things,
The elders, there's times that they're going through things. Your deacon or whatever congregation you're in, they're going through things. Your officers, they're going through things. But what keeps us going, what keeps us on that path is understanding the mission. Understanding the mission. That's what that's what keeps me focused and keeps me level-headed. But sometimes you have to release that stress. You have to talk about it. So that way you could be healed as well too. That's why it tells us in the book of James, what? Confess ye your faults one to another and be healed. You know what I'm saying? So, praise the Most High for the opportunity for us to talk like this and to be able to get these things out. Right? And once again, I appreciate all of you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Right? I'm trying to grow the channel. I appreciate you, greatly appreciate you. And like I said before, I'm trying to do something. I want to do a giveaway for my, when I hit the 500 subscriber mark. I'm almost there. We almost there, guys. We almost there, family. I think last I checked was like 480. So we almost there. I'm doing a giveaway at 500, so on and so forth, until I reach 1 million. Praise. You see, that's wishful thinking. Hopeful thinking, focusing on things that are good, right? Let me stop playing around with y'all. But yeah, man, praise the Most High for you guys coming out. What time is it? It's getting a little late. You know what I mean? I know, I'm past the time. I got work in the morning. I don't want to be too late. But yeah, definitely I appreciate you guys for coming in. You know what? Before I sign off, definitely going to play that track by my Ak Gabarya Allah, right, from the UK. It's called My King, right? Let me play that track one time for y'all, if I can find it. I'm going to play this track for y'all before I sign out of here. Right. Here you go.
Shabby, you know that I really wanna make it. Shabby, you know. I really wanna make it. Shabby, you know that. Do you really wanna make it? My king no finish am. My king no finish oh. My king no suffer. My king, my king. My king no finish am. My king no finish oh. My king no finish am. My God no finish oh. My king, my king. Judah is the king oh. If he's pagan, he can never mix oh. Israel, sure you understand the lingo.
Shout out to everybody who's here right now.
You in every door. My king no finish am. My king no finish oh. My king no suffer am. My king, my king. Sure you know one life. Sure you know one land. Sure you know one kingdom. Then serve the living God. Our highest who we're lifting up. His son is who we're lifting up. My king, my king.
Such a beautiful song. Such a beautiful song.
My king no finish oh. My king no finish My king no finish oh. My king, my king.
See, right now, this track is actually making me happy right now. This is bringing happiness.
Don't matter even the rain I go pita pata. Me and the fam don't know say it's maza. Shebi you know one finish Shebi you know one finish oh. Shebi you know one finish My king, my king.
You know what's gonna make me happy too? After this show, I'm gonna sit back,
you know one land,
relax and think.
You know one kingdom.
And have a glass of wine.
Then serve the living God.
That's another thing that's gonna make me happy.
Then serve the living God.
But yes, please, guys, I encourage you guys to really do that. Make that a task for this week, right? Jot it down. Think about it. And don't just write it down. Try to actually obtain it. And make your requests known to the Most High. That's the most important thing. And I feel like we sometimes miss that.
My king no finish, my king no suffer, my king.
All praise to the Most High. All praises, right? Like I said, I feel like we sometimes miss that with the hustle and bustle of this life, working. Barely that we some of us be working so hard we barely have time to sit down and even think sometimes, man. But I understand and I do believe that the Most High is changing things for us, right? He's changing it. Trust. The Most High is changing it. And we'll soon be free. We'll soon have the luxury to experience true happiness in the kingdom to come, right? So I appreciate you guys for coming in. You know, that's all I gotta say tonight. I ain't really gotta say nothing else. We done seen the Hobbit brother talk about happiness and how he be channeling spirits and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We read scriptures. We did a lot. I feel like we covered a lot tonight. And I pray that the Most High could bless this evening's topic. And I hope that it could be beneficial to somebody who falls upon this. And so they could understand, like, yo, whatever is out there is just going to be out there. Stop chasing what's out there. Come back to this book, right? Come back to this book and really seek and search for your happiness through the Most High in Christ, right? So once again, I appreciate you. Appreciate you all for coming out. I thank you guys. Stay tuned. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I might come on again this week. I might do a double, a 2 for 2. I don't know, but stay tuned. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love and support. I appreciate the comments, the feedback. I love the feedback. Keep the feedback coming, guys. Keep it, because when I read y'all comments and stuff like that, it encourages me to keep going, because I understand that I'm not doing this for myself. I'm not, because I could just look in the mirror and just speak to myself all day. I could do that. But I understand that I do have the ability to encourage people. The Most High did give me some understanding. You know what I'm saying? So if I could use this platform or, this, all this stuff that I have in here to help benefit somebody, especially one of my brothers and sisters, by all means, I'm going to do it. So like I said, I love the feedback. I love the comments, right? I appreciate you guys for just having a listening ear. But I hope that you guys are just not just listening, and you guys are also applying, because there's a difference between listening and applying, right? So let's do that, family. Let's listen and learn and apply, right? So, I ain't gonna hold y'all no more. This was a great show. Thank you guys for coming in. I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Also, share too, because I always be telling y'all to like and subscribe. I rarely tell y'all to share. Share this content. Share it. If you found that it was beneficial and you find that somebody could benefit from how you benefited from it, share it with that person. Share it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. Until next time. Peace.